Well, you have to look at the results. Tell me where the results are. There's still no lights on.
Wasted money.
Well, you know, it's an investment, but at some point in time, if you don't see the results, yes, it's a waste.
What kind of timeline did you want to see Kevyn Orr and his team on? All of those problems that you mentioned are ones that do take time. You said it hasn't been done fast enough. What timeline in your mind is fast enough?
That's a difficult question to answer, quite frankly. I mean, the people who are riding the bus, who are waiting out there, they want it now. And we had a proposal for a new management company to come in 6 months ago. That was taken off the table. We selected an outside management team to come in and run DDOT. It was taken off the table, and only about 2 weeks ago was the same firm selected by Kevin and his group to come in and help manage DDOT. Those timing things are detrimental to our citizens, and we can't continue to do that.
Have you formed an opinion on Belle Isle, which lease is better, the city councils or the state?
I think the state's going to do what they want to do with this. I would prefer a shorter time frame, and that's what I supported.
Do you see it as a giveaway?
I don't see it as a giveaway at all. It's going to be an improvement, things that we can't do, couldn't do. A $6 million cost to the city, our general fund. I can use that money in other areas. The 38 people from our recreation department that are there on Belle Isle to maintain it, I can redeploy them to other areas in the city. We don't have the money to reinvest in Belle Isle. So if it's roads, if it's bridges, if it's canals, whatever the case may be, and DNR is going to take care of that, I'm for it. I mean, you got to do what's right for the citizens, and you got to take your ego and your personal issues off the table altogether.
Well, for more than 10 years yesterday, do you think Orr handled that situation appropriately?
Which?
The CFO.
Jim Bonsall.
If he reported to me, I would have fired him. I wouldn't have waited. He already said he made those statements. There was no need for an investigation. Thank you very much. You're no longer part of this administration.
How much do these things contribute to the rift that's going on in City Hall? And you're talking about a CFO who has made some very inflaming comments to city employees.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're there every day and you see and live the frustrations, things that we had been working on for a long time have been pushed back. And now they're coming to the table. And everybody's trying to take credit. Look, don't worry about who gets the credit. Fix the problem as fast as you possibly can. There are resources that we have in the city of Detroit. People took 20% pay cuts. People are now paying 30% for their health care benefits. They took a major hit. Respect those people for what they've done and allow them to do their jobs on a going forward basis.
We're going to have eligibility next week on Detroit going through bankruptcy. Do you think bankruptcy is the way to get rid of the $18 billion in debt and the legacy debt, the underfunded pensions, and the retiree health care? Is bankruptcy the way to go?
I'm interested in one thing for our citizens, and that is creating a quality of life superior to what they've been getting for the last several years. Now, if Kevin can come in here and get some of that debt off of our balance sheet, that's good for the city and its residents. How we get there is another story, and I think there are going to be lawsuits for the next several months or years, and I'm not sure that that's good for anybody.
What about the retirees taking these hits? It's a double whammy, a cut in pension, going to Obamacare for their health care.
Well, you know, I'm not a lawyer, so from a legal perspective, I'm not sure what can and cannot be done. Those people that have worked for the city, they toiled in the vineyards for a long time. You don't want to see them get hurt. The people that we've really got to focus our energy on, I think, are the financial institutions. They're the ones that they're not here on a day-to-day basis. They took some risks, and they're going to lose in a lot of cases. But in the end, we've got to do what's best and what's right for the people here in our city.
But do you think the retirees are being treated fairly if they have to take these hits in bankruptcy?
Well, it's hard to say what's going to be fair. I mean, what's fair for the next generation is we got to start thinking futuristically right now. We can't continue to have these fights. I said in the beginning when I came in the office, You know, everybody's going to get hurt. There's pain that needs to be spread around. There's no way around that because we can't continue to do what we've been doing and get a different result. So you may as well accept some of the pain now. Let's mitigate it as best we can, but let's do what's right now so the next generation don't have to go through what we're going through.
And what's your final message to Kevyn Orr at this point before the new mayor steps in and you're here for these couple of months?
He promised when he came in that he gave us an olive branch. I don't think he gave us an olive branch. I gave him one because there was all of this pushback about an emergency manager coming in. I didn't want that. I wasn't for bankruptcy. So when I stood with him as he came in here and he basically said, I'm coming in to help, I was willing to stand there with him, and I was getting a lot of pushback from our citizens. But it was the right thing to do. If, in fact, we could have worked together to correct some of the wrongs that are in place right now, and whomever the next mayor is, they're going to have to work together.